So for this one, we have narrator Mike Hammond. Logan is Jeremy. Girl 1 is Dana. Girl 2 is also Hammond. And Mia is Veronica.
Sorry, you said girl 2?
Yes, you're narrator and girl 2.
Okay, I'm going to forget.
Just Logan, yeah.
Awesome.
You love that? That's great. I love that for you as well. Okay. Interior, exterior of commercial plays. A camera pans across a futuristic city. High buildings shine brightly. A soothing female voice narrates over the video.
For years. For years, Cyware has been the trusted gateway into your true self. You've shared your thoughts, your memories, your dreams, and everything in between.
Clips of people using the device. A family on Christmas morning. A student testing her knowledge. A therapist working with a client. A futuristic wristband comes into view.
And now we're ready to take our flagship product, Viva Lens, to the peak of the mountain. Introducing...
The wristband spins, a new component snaps into it, shrinking down to size.
Viva Lens Viva Lens Optics.
A micro contact lens raises out of the wristband. The camera zooms in, showcasing the detailed technology.
The next evolution in mind-sharing technology is here, more powerful and more personal than ever. With optics, your emotions, ideas, and memories come vividly to life, right before your eyes.
The lens flips and zooms. Clip play. A couple sitting on a park bench. Their first kiss shows. A young woman rehearses a speech with a vision of her delivering it based on her emotion. A child reads a book. Characters jump off the page.
Available now. Join our community of over 1 billion visionaries and revolutionize how you connect, create, and express your true self with the world around you today.
The camera zooms out from a holographic billboard in a busy plaza. Logan, mid-30s, sits at a cafe table with a Cyware bag. Two teens laugh as their hologram blends into a surreal collage. A beach becomes a theme park ride.
Express your true self? Am I actually ready for that?
He struggles to place the contact lens in his eye. Once in, the camera shifts to Logan's POV as his vision flickers with holographic prompts, overlaying the plaza. He looks around, fascinated.
To calibrate your Viva Lens optics, please think of a full memory that you've logged.
He recalls his sister Mia's early 30s recent birthday. She reads a card and opens a small gift. As he remembers, the memory jumps to life in front of him. A picture frame is seen in Mia's hand. Logan smiles and relaxes a bit. The frame fizzles faintly in the memory, snapping him back.
That's odd. Why is it like that? Maybe it's still calibrating.
One of the two girls nearby lets out a yell.
That's not right. I didn't say that, did I? I only said I was cold.
You did! You told the waiter you have the cook touch it himself. I couldn't have sunk further into my seat. Look!
Logan's memory stops completely as he's now focusing on the girls.
No way. You're trying to prank me in front of all these people, aren't you?
The girls continue to argue, the hologram fading as their concentration shifts. Logan looks back at his device.
Seems like I'm not the only one with problems believing in this. We just remember what we want to.
Interior, Logan's apartment, evening, a few days later. Logan sits on the couch, tinkering with his Viva Lens. Holographic prompts flicker faintly in front of it. The room is dim, quiet, except for the faint hum of the device. There's a knock at the door. Logan looks up, surprised. He sets the wristband down and answers.
Mia?
You wanted to try this out tonight, remember? Did you forget already?
Of course not. I was just expecting you so early. I just wasn't expecting you so early.
Mia pushes past him, not entertaining the obvious lie. She secures her wristband as she enters.
Holy shit, Logan. I'd swear you haven't cleaned since I was over last. You're too old for the single college dorm student dirtbag motif, sorry.
Yeah, I keep meaning to get it done, but work has been crazy.
Mia smirks but doesn't push it further. She takes a seat across the couch and turns on her Viva Lens.
This damn lens is super uncomfortable. How do you get used to it when you never even wore contact before? My eye's been itching all day. Anyway, let's get started. I'm dying to see how this shared memory feature works.
I can't help but feel this is glitchy as hell. Everything feels too clean. There's no way these can be perfect, right? No one remembers everything. Can we really trust it?
Of course we can. It's based on what we experience and feel, right? We're being honest with our feelings here. Besides, it's not supposed to be perfect. Let's just start simple with something we both know well.
Okay, fine. Let me think. How about our lake vacation when we were young?
Sure. Remember how big the cabin was? You could get lost in there. Pretty sure our rooms were bigger than our old house.
Logan recalls the memory. Suddenly, the coffee table projects from both their Viva lens.
Oh yeah, and don't forget the lake. I'm pretty sure we were swimming for most of the trip.
Mia hesitates but thinks of the lake. The scene transitions.
Remember that wharf? There was a diving board into a super deep spot. I love that thing.
I was scared to death of that thing. I still hate diving boards to this day.
What do you mean? You jumped right in and when you were fine.
The scene plays out. Mia's hologram fizzles slightly. Logan's faced with a now scared and hesitating Mia instead of the confident one he remembers.
Don't you see? You goaded me. I jumped so bad that I hit my arm off the board. Dad had to pull me out.
I don't think so. Why are you making me have to be the bad guy here? I was helping you.
The truth is right in front of you. You're just choosing not to believe it.
It's clearly the Viva lens. I knew I couldn't trust it.
Deflecting again? Look, I've already had my fill. Maybe you should spend less time worrying about how you look in my memories and more time thinking about why I remember it that way.
Mia storms out, leaving Logan alone in the dimly lit room. He sits back on the couch, staring at the wristband on the table. His expression is a mix of frustration and doubt. Interior, Logan's apartment, later. Logan lies in bed, replaying the diving board memory. Mia flickers, blending his encouragement and teasing.
Maybe I did push her too hard. It doesn't matter though. It's not like I can change her mind. This flicker. She never mentioned it at all. It had to be defective, right?
Logan powers down the device.
I'm done. How can I wear this if I don't trust it? It can't be right.
He tries to sleep, thoughts still racing, then it dawns on him. His eyes shoot open. Interior, Mia's apartment the next morning. Mia makes coffee as she prepares for work, still upset over the last night. A knock at the door interrupts her routine. She opens it to find Logan, looking anxious.
I know you're mad. I just need to see the picture I gave you.
Look, I'm just about to leave for work.
Logan spots the picture and grabs it before she finishes. A family portrait at the lake. His eyes lock on Mia's arm. A faint but clear cut is visible.
Fuck.
See? Get out, Logan. I'm already late. Let's talk about this later.
Logan, defeated, heads out the door. He turns back.
I'm so sorry.
Mia closes the door on him. Just before the room leaves view, Logan catches something at the corner of his eye. The picture flickers. Excellent. Okay, let's look at. Let's do number 16. This is Suhao Shu's Edges. So for this one, Elder will be played by Dana, and Youth will be played by Veronica. Interior, a cozy living room. A youth doing their best, clearing off a messy, disorganized dining table, while an elder looks on, wistful smile on their face, sat in a comfortable, worn armchair.
It's so nice to have you here. It's been a while. Feels like it could have been yesterday, though, hey?
The youth continues their task, appears to be avoiding making eye contact, but their responding tone is cheerful.
I know, school's been a bit busy, but I've got a new part-time job, but I'm happy to be here with you.
Starts sorting out pieces of the edge and separating.
What are you doing?
I'm separating the pieces, so I can set out the edges of the puzzle.
Oh. That's all well and good, but That's not the fun part, is it?
I mean, yes, puzzles are meant to be fun, but I always set out the borders first.
Why is that?
Well, it tells me so I can map out the boundaries of how big this thing is going to be, of what it might go, of what might go based on the picture and dimensions.
But that's not the fun part, is it?
I don't understand what you mean.
Sometimes it's nice not to know where the borders and the boundaries are.
I
They finally make eye contact as they put aside the puzzles and take a seat opposite the elder.
That is an interesting way to look at it, but that also makes puzzles very complicated. For me, anyway.
I thought that young people liked things complicated. I know I made a lot of things complicated when I was your age, and it was good being complicated.
The youth leans in, showing interest in the direction of the conversation.
Oh? That sounds like a story coming.
Well, there is always a story coming.
You tell the best stories.
Do I? Why, thank you. I haven't told you anything strange or unbecoming, have I? I mean, sometimes I get a bit carried away with details.
Nothing like that, never. Well, it's been a while since you shared a story. Could you now share one?
If my audience insists. My mother is not here, is she?
No, she is not.
Okay, good. I'm always concerned she'll catch me saying something inappropriate. Where was I?
You were about to tell me a story. I am your audience, and I insist.
Well, I could tell you about the time. I mean, you. You like horses.
I do.
Well, when I was little, I wanted nothing more than to be a horse breeder. I mean, what a strange thing to want to be as a child, a horse breeder. Oh, my mother, she was furious. She said, "A horse breeder? You might as well be a pencil factory worker with all the good that'll do."
Why was she so upset with that idea? A horse breeder is someone important and well off, isn't it?
Well, I mean, where I come from, a horse breeder is, well, they're not a physician, they're not a veterinarian, and being a horse breeder is not the same as, well, you didn't necessarily own the horse, and you would be looking after them, and that's a job beneath her family, and therefore beneath me, and
It was your dream. Go on, tell me why it made you happy.
Well, I've always loved horses. Moving as one, galloping across a green field under an open sky. Even just being close to them. Grooming and feeling their power, but knowing that they're so gentle. It's simply bliss.
Yes, I know the feeling.
You like horses?
I do.
Anyway, what were we... Oh, yes, you came with a puzzle. So tell me, what are we to do today?
They get up from their armchair and disengage from eye contact, poring over the dining table.
Oh, you've got the pieces separated out, and what's this thing?
It's a puzzle mat. That way, whenever we don't finish today, we can roll it up like it's to save our work in progress.
What a great idea. Now tell me, do you do your borders first or the main pictures first?
Oh, I mean, I start with the borders, but
I like putting together the thematic pieces first. It's like little pops of stories, the highlights. It makes it interesting. Making a discovery out of the mess.
I wouldn't call this a mess. It's disorganized for now, sure, but we'll make sense of it.
Sometimes you don't get a chance to make sense of it.
I'm sorry?
I said sometimes you don't get a chance. Making sense of things. It's more than... Sometimes you just don't get a chance.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to upset you.
No, I'm not upset. Don't put words in my mouth. And where is my mother?
They collapse into the armchair and sob.
Forgive me, I don't.
It's quite all right. I'm here.
We've been here before. We've been here before, haven't we?
Yes, we have. Let's head over. This helps, I promise. This always helps.
The elder takes hold of the youth's hand, timidly approaches the dining table.
What are we doing?
Just a puzzle. I like to start with the edges, build a border, define the parameters, and you
Like to put the images together because they're like memories. Borders and definition limit you. Memories, on the other hand, like images. Like images, like they don't, I like them. They're like little bursts of joy.
Yes, they are. We work together, and we work together really well. Can you see what we're building today?
A horse. I've seen this horse. I know this horse. It's Scheherazade, isn't it?
Yes, it's Scheherazade. You gave her to me. Do you remember giving her to me?
Oh, how you love that horse. I never thought such a small child could go so quickly across a field. It took me and old Baron, like a good minute to catch up to you, and by then you were halfway into the river and... Oh, that was a great, great day. We snuck some cookies from your mother afterwards.
Youth continues to frame the borders, pushing some pieces towards the elder.
Yep, and tea. You loved a cup of tea after going out with them. Baron and Scheherazade.
Look at you. You couldn't say Scheherazade back then, and now it's just rolling off your tongue. You were so angry at me for naming her such a complicated name.
But then, you told me the story of Arabian Nights, and I wouldn't let anyone change it.
Yes. Yes, that is so. When are we going to go for a ride again?
The youth looks at their hands, looks at the elder's frail, wrinkled hands.
Sometime soon, I promise. Why don't you help me piece Scheherazade and Baron together today, and we'll make plans to ride soon.
Of course.
Their hands shake.
Sorry, what are we doing?
I'll build the borders, and you fill in the blanks. Puzzles.
Okay. This. Let's go to number 1, Adam Clark's.
Number 2?
Oh, yes, number 2, Adam Clark Tricks. For this one, celebrity spokesman is Mike Hammond.
Okay.
Emergency 1 is Dana. Emergency 2 is Veronica. And Jesus will be played by Jeremy.
The part he was born to play.
Oh, Mike Hammond will also be playing Bearded Skeleton.
Happy celebrity and bearded skeleton.
Okay. Interior bathroom day. We open on our hunky celebrity spokesman. He's a handsome fella pushing 50. Most importantly, he sports a luscious beard. He's showing off his muscular torso, and he's presently shirtless. He's got one eye on the bathroom mirror above the sink and one eye on the camera.
Hi, I'm not a celebrity, but I play one on TV. Rest assured, I'm an authorized celebrity to talk to you about important issues. See?
Our spokesman points to his chest, but his upper body is as naked as the day he was born. However, when we dissolve to bathroom shower, the spokesman pulls back the shower curtain as if he's been there the whole time. He's now fully clothed in a sharp gray suit. On the left breast of his jacket is a sticker. It's one of those red and white, "Hello, my name is" stickers. He has filled in the blank space in a Sharpie so that it reads, "Hello, my name is Celebrity Spokesman."
I'm a certified celebrity, so you know I'm an authority. But what gave that away? Is it my deep yet soothing voice? My rippling chest that you could slice ham with? No.
Cut to extreme close-up, spokesman's beard. The spokesman runs a hand over his trimmed, thick facial hair. We hear spokesman's lines as voiceover.
It's my perfect beard. Look as my hand caresses its majesty. It's so perfect I don't need to move my lips to tell you about it.
Cut to medium shot, spokesman in bathroom.
But I didn't get this way by myself. To look the best, you've got to use the best. That's why I use Trix beard oil. Its all natural formula leaves you looking so good you could be on TV. Trix beard oil never clogs your pores, and it never runs no matter how bad you sweat. Observe!
Medium shot, spokesman in bathroom. Suddenly, a series of giant buzzsaws and extending mechanical arms swoop into frame. Also, there are laser guns. Our celebrity spokesperson dodges these dangers with a series of impressive backflips. The spokesman lands with the grace of a cat. Extreme close-up, spokesman. An extreme situation like this calls for an equally extreme close-up. More buzzsaws swarm him and fill the screen for a few screeching seconds. The buzzsaws give way and retreat behind him. Spokesman's now covered in sweat, but his beard looks great.
You see? Not one hair out of place. I wish the rest of me was so lucky.
Celebrity spokesman lifts his severed left arm with its still attached right arm, revealing a bloody stump. The rest of his arm will connect to the elbow. He screams for a moment before resuming his sales pitch.
Don't worry, I'm a celebrity. I can put my arm back on. You can't. So play safe.
Cut to exterior, picturesque suburban front lawn, day. Celebrity spokesman, now wearing a velvet blazer and jockey shorts, walks down his front steps and toward the camera. His hair, beard, and skin is immaculate. Even his left arm is reattached.
In fact, Trix beard oil keeps your beard trim and clean in any situation.
Cut to interior, airplane, night. Two emergency workers / firefighters pry open a door in a close-up. It's the emergency exit of a plane. It's darkness behind them, and only the glow of their two flashlights shed any light on the scene at all. Their flashlights show a curiously empty plane, but this is nonetheless the scene of a crash. Chairs are slashed and have fallen over. All the oxygen masks have dropped. The camera pulls back as the two emergency workers climb inside.
Oh my God, nothing could survive this.
The second emergency worker flashes a light on something off camera.
Oh no! Look at that!
It can't be.
A flashlight illuminates a skeleton in one of the seats. A spotless, bleached white skeleton with a perfectly trimmed beard. Cut to wide shot. The airplane cabin is shown in a side view, so we can see the emergency crew and the bearded skeleton.
I think he's dead.
But his beard looks great!
An angelic choir is heard on the soundtrack. Just then, the bearded skeleton of the dear departed spokesman speaks, using only the finest puppet jaw connected to a string technology.
Thank you, Trix beard oil. Now I may rest.
VFX. The skeleton vanishes in a flash of white light, but his beard floats past our two emergency crew. They wave.
Bye, beard.
Cut to heaven. Day. Jesus Christ himself sits above the clouds. Rays of sunshine behind him. The majestic beard from the skeleton floats into frame.
Is that a Trix oil beard? Guess I won't be needing this.
Jesus Christ, Lord and Redeemer for some, rips his boring old beard off his face and tosses it aside. He plucks the floating beard from the air and slaps it on his face. It fits like a glove.
Finally, stylish beard. Thanks, Trix beard oil.
VFX, scene transition as the camera pulls back to reveal this final image of Christ as a page in a book. The book closes before our very eyes, held by two masculine hands. The book's title, The Bible. What else? Cut to interior bathroom day. The celebrity spokesman stands shirtless and proud in his bathroom, holding the Bible. He appears to be engrossed in its King James beauty.
Tale as old as time. But enough of the good book. Treat yourself to a good look. Trix beard oil can be yours if...
Spokesman nonchalantly tosses the Bible out the window. An unseen hand from off-camera tosses him a cell phone. A noose descends from the heavens, stopping just shy of spokesman's head. Upon receipt of the phone, the spokesman's demeanor changes. You've never seen a man with such fiery determination.
If you deposit the $20 billion in my Swiss bank account within the next 60 seconds... Sorry? Not enough time? Wrong answer, Mr. President. You leave me no choice.
Spokesman yanks the noose with his free hand. The camera pulls back as an entire bathroom set changes to an underground supervillain lair with lots of radar scopes and reel-to-reel computers. Oh, and a black box with a big red button. Spokesman walks over to it and pushes the jolly candy-like button. Cut to montage of atomic bomb stock footage. Over the various familiar shots of mushroom clouds, we hear the familiar notes of "We'll meet again."
Life's full of tricks. Give your beard a treat with Trix beard oil.
Familiar
Amazing.
shots.
The beauty of writing it down is you don't have to worry about producing that stuff. You can hand that to any producer and give them a heart attack. I think they'd be most scared of licensing "We'll Meet Again." Okay, let's do number 13, Peter Collins' Sapling. For this one, Sean will be played by Hammond, and Val will be played by Veronica. Exterior, lakeside field, day. Fade in on a wild, grassy field, at the edge of a small lake, surrounded by thick forest. The burnt skeletal remains that was once a cabin sits near the forest's edge, not far from the water. It's little more than a blackened pile of rubble, with signs that nature is starting to reclaim it. Val, 30s, trudges up an overgrown path towards the cabin remains. A knapsack is strapped to her back. When she reaches the remains, she stops, sighing heavily.
You're finally here.
Startled, Val's head snaps towards the nearby woods. Sat with their backs against the large trees is Sean, 30s, a rough and rugged look about him. He carries a bag of his own.
Sean!
Sean stands, casually heading towards her.
About time you showed up.
I didn't think you'd come.
I wasn't going to.
What changed your mind?
Sean shrugs.
I figured might as well.
He reaches Val and they hug.
Nice to see you, sis.
You too, big bro. Sorry I'm late.
They break, both staring at the cabin remains. Val sighs again.
I haven't been here since the fire. I couldn't bring myself to see it like this. I know it's been years, but it's still hard for me to believe this place is gone. I miss it.
Sean snorts, earning a sharp look from Val.
Are you kidding me? I nearly jumped for joy when this place burned down.
Oh, come on now, really? We have so many good times here as kids.
Ha!
He can't keep a straight face. It twists with disgust.
Ha! Maybe for you. Coming here was torture for me.
Dad wasn't that hard on you.
Gee, really?
She stares at him, straight-faced and unimpressed, but he doesn't give an inch.
That's easy for you to say, Val. You didn't get sent to boarding school at 14. In fact, I brought a little something to celebrate the occasion.
Sean reaches into his bag and produces a bottle of champagne. Val's eyes bulge.
You're not serious. That's so disrespectful.
Fine. You can look at it like a toast to Dad's memory or whatever.
Sean pops the cork and takes a swig.
And what do you look at it as?
He shrugs, holding out the bottle. She doesn't take it.
Oh, come on. I can't drink this whole thing by myself.
After a beat, Val huffs and relents, snatching the bottle and taking a swig of her own.
Thank you.
Passing the bottle back to Sean, Val reaches into her bag, taking out an urn. Sean shakes his head dismissively.
Dad, wherever you are, know that we love you and we miss you.
Val shoots him a stern look before he can even say anything. He puts both hands up in surrender. Turning her attention back to the cabin, she removes the urn's lid.
I know you loved coming out here all your life, so I think it's only fitting that part of you be laid to rest here.
Upturning the urn, Val gently spreads some of the ashes around the grounds near the cabin remains. She sniffs, wiping the corner of her eye.
Love you, Dad.
Sean snorts again.
Shut up!
She stuffs the now empty urn back into her bag.
He loved you. Why can't you see that?
Like fuck he did. He shipped me off so I wasn't his problem anymore.
What else is he supposed to do, Sean? You were always going out, getting into trouble with the police, doing drugs, all that shit. Sooner or later, you would have wound up in jail. You know that.
Oh, I don't know. He could have had tried parenting, maybe? He was either too busy working or dragged us out to this shithole.
He was trying to keep you out of trouble out here.
Whatever.
Val shakes her head, unbelievable.
He was a single parent. He worked hard to try and give us a good life.
It's Sean's turn to shake his head as he takes another swig from the bottle.
Boarding school works, right? That set you on a better path, didn't it? Dad even put some money away for you to help put you through college.
She waits a beat for a reply that doesn't come.
All I'm saying is, he had his reasons for being absent, for sending you away.
Yeah, well, feels like I lost out on my childhood.
And I lost my brother.
Irritated, she reaches over and snatches the bottle from Sean, taking a big gulp before handing it back. He looks at her solemnly, regret presenting in his eyes.
I just wish the two of you had made up while he was still alive. That's all. Would that have been so hard?
Val.
She's had enough. Shaking her head, she storms back towards the overgrown path, stopping after a few strides.
It was nice seeing you again, Sean. Don't be a stranger, okay?
She turns and walks off, leaving Sean alone, standing before the charred remains of the old cabin. For several long beats, he stares off, lost in thought. Eventually, something catches his attention among the remains, and he steps up onto the blackened cabin floor. Curious, he lifts a badly burnt and rotted sheet of wood, revealing a number of objects that somehow escaped damage from the fire and the elements. Among them, he finds a picture frame. It shows a man with two young children, a boy and a girl, with a broad smile splitting everyone's face. Sean takes the photo and stands, sighing heavily. Stuffing the photo into his pocket, he starts to leave before noticing a tree sapling that has forced its way up through a hole in the cabin's floor. He studies it for a beat before continuing on. Cut. All right, very good. I think we can we'll take a quick intermission, about 15 minutes, so grab a drink, use the washroom, then we'll come back and start spinning the wheel.
All right.
And then we'll meet again.
We'll be back.
We'll meet again, don't know where, don't know
In 15 minutes.
It's the only word I actually know that.
Oh, that's what it was.
That's what it was.
Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Just before I start spinning the wheel, did we get everybody here? If anybody didn't have their script read, I think I'm looking around the room and we read everyone's that's here. Then it's time to spin the wheel! I'll turn it around so everyone can see it.
Got a wheel.
Oh, yeah, we got a wheel. All right, we're gonna.
It's an internet wheel.
It's got sound.
Wheel around. Turn. Tell us the lesson we should learn.
That's a nice little song. Number 3. That is Bridget Ricketts' Ocean Demands. Okay. For Ocean Demands, number 3. The part of Amelia will be played by Veronica. Ocean Voice will be played by Hammond. And Elliot will be played by Jeremy. And Dana, if I could trouble you to read stage directions.
Sure.
Okay, whenever you are ready.
Exterior beach night. The waves crash violently against the rocks. Amelia, 30s, disheveled and desperate, stands in a white gown, barefoot at the shoreline. She clutches a necklace with a locket. The wind howls, whipping her shoulder-length hair around her face.
I just want to feel seen again.
She presses the locket to her lips and closes her eyes. Flashback, interior ballroom night. A younger Amelia twirls in the arms of a dark-haired man. She laughs as she gazes into his unseen face. Back to present. Exterior, beach night. Amelia's smile fades as the memory dissipates. She grips the locket tighter, her desperation mounting.
I'll do anything. Anything. Just make him notice me.
The waves recede unnaturally, leaving an eerie stillness. A low melodic voice emerges from the depths.
Sweet as the salt, fleeting as the tide, a small thing, your taste, will you provide?
Amelia's eyes widen. She hesitates, then nods.
Yes.
The waves crash forward, enveloping her feet. She gasps and stumbles back, clutching the locket. A subtle change flickers across her face. Interior office day. Elliot, 40s, polished and charismatic, leans against Amelia's desk. His wedding ring glints in the fluorescent lights. He hands her some papers. She glances up at him, her expression briefly softening as if caught off guard. She touches the locket absently.
I never noticed how sharp you are. We should get coffee sometime.
Amelia smiles, looking flustered. Her lunch sits untouched beside her, a sandwich with one bite taken out of it. She rises, smiling flirtatiously. Behind her back, she swipes the sandwich off her desk and into the garbage. Exterior beach night. Amelia returns to the shoreline. Her gown is more voluminous and her hair is longer and fuller. Her voice is louder this time, more demanding.
He's thinking of me, but it's not enough. I want him to want me. Only me.
She is met with silence. She throws her arms wide.
I demand you. Listen to me. I want him to need me. Like before.
She clutches the locket. The waves move out unnaturally. The ocean's voice emerges again, calmer but darker.
Before has slipped away. What will you offer now to keep the tide at bay?
Amelia flinches slightly, fear flickering across her face. Her grip on the locket loosens. After a long moment, she straightens, her desperation overriding her hesitation.
My smell, will that be enough?
The waves ripple unnaturally. The voice grows darker, almost pleased.
For now.
Take it.
The waves crash over her again, more forceful this time. Drenched, she almost falls, but stumbles back, breathing heavily. Interior, Amelia's apartment, night. Amelia stands in front of a mirror in her room. Candles are lit around the apartment. She sprays perfume on her wrist and sniffs. Nothing. Her gaze shifts to a photo of Elliot with his wife on social media. She slams her laptop shut. Cut 2. Interior cafe, day. Elliot leans close to Amelia, his hand brushing hers. He's charming, but there's a glint of arrogance in his smile.
I can't stop thinking about you. You're intoxicating.
Amelia beams, ignoring his smirk. She's too enthralled. Cut 2. Exterior beach night. Amelia, now frantic, stands before the ocean. She's looking wilder than before, with her hair down to her waist, blowing in the wind, and dramatic blood-red gown billowing around her.
He's leaving her. For me. But I need more.
The waves lap at the shore.
I want him to love me. Completely.
A strong gust of wind whips around her.
Anything. I'll give you anything.
The ocean's voice is dark and firm.
Your memory. The one you cherish most, will you give it up? A fleeting ghost?
Amelia freezes, but only for a moment. She rips off the locket and throws it into the ocean.
Take it!
The waves rise like hands dragging her forward. She screams but doesn't resist. Cut 2. Amelia's apartment, night. Elliot sits on her couch, dressed in a stained t-shirt with his gut hanging over his track pants. He's drinking a beer and scrolling through Tinder on his phone, swiping with his thumb. His feet are behind the coffee table, which is littered with cans and leftover pizza boxes. He is dismissive, his charm gone. Amelia sits beside him. Her hair is lank, her eyes hollow. She is small and silent.
This place is a mess. You really should clean up. Get a better couch.
Elliot pushes a cushion from behind his back, kicks a can off the table, and goes back to swiping on his phone. Amelia stares at him, the realization of his true nature dawning.
This isn't what I wanted.
She grabs an Afghan blanket off the back of the couch and clutches it around her. Tears spill out of her eyes as she stumbles out the door. Cut to exterior beach night. Amelia stands at the shore, clutching the Afghan around her.
Undo it. Please. Undo everything.
The ocean waves crash violently on the shoreline. The wind whips her hair and the Afghan around her. Desperately, Amelia looks up and down the beach, then falls to her knees, pleading.
Please. I'll give you anything.
The ocean roars. The voice emerges, cold and unforgiving.
Your soul, will you cast it deep into the waters where secrets sleep?
Amelia hesitates, trembling. She hangs her head, broken.
Take it. Take everything.
As the waves rise, she arches her back, surrendering to the pull. The water crashes over her, swallowing her whole. Her scream is lost in the roar of the ocean as it claims her. Fade to black. Exterior beach dawn. The shoreline is empty. A wave washes the locket onto the sand. It gleams in the sunlight. A seagull pitches on the shoreline next to the locket and lets out a shrill cry. Fade out.
Well done. Okay, let's spin the wheel again. Spinning. The number is number 12. I love the jaunty little song.
Yeah.
Thank you, number picker wheel. They're doing well. There's a lot of ads on this. It's crazy. Number 12 is Paul Whittle, The Core. I really hope it is The Core. I think it is. For this one, Sarah will be played by Veronica. Hardy will be played by Dana. Jane will be played by Jeremy. And Mike Hammond, if you could do the stage directions.
Done and done. A couple are driving along an isolated shore road in Newfoundland. Sarah, late 30s, artsy, centered, determined, proud, rural girl, is driving Hardy, late 30s, towny, a few extra pounds, bearded, musical. Is looking out at the window view and eating an apple. He turns to look at her.
What's wrong, Sookie baby?
Your mother offered seconds to everyone, except me.
Don't be foolish.
Good thing I snuck this apple.
He takes a final set of bites, then throws the apple core out the window.
Did you just throw that out the window?
Yes, it's biodegradable.
Apples are not native here, and it's an eyesore.
Come on, we're in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, right. Jesus, I married a townie. This is where I'm from, dude.
Sarah makes a sudden, vicious U-turn. Exterior, edge of road, day. Sarah pulls the car over along the road, Ocean Road. They get out of the car and look around. You distract me so much.
You're in the car, get in it.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. You're really adding life to this. They get out of the car and look around the ground near the road for the apple core, near where there's a land for sale sign.
You're obsessed with the little things. If you really want to help the environment, let's just get rid of the car.
And how would we get around?
You mean come out here to your mother's?
Sarah gives an eye roll.
Come on, it's not here.
Anyway, your ma'am doesn't like me.
Yes, well, sometimes you make it hard.
She tosses her hair affectionately as they get up to the back of the car. Exterior, outside store, day. They pull into a super old, run-down convenience store. There's a sign advertising self-serve.
I haven't been here since I was a kid.
Your brother called me an elder hipster. I think he thinks I'm choosing unemployment.
Did you tell that guy at the hardware store?
I will.
Okay, I know it's hard, but if we're gonna try and buy something...
Okay. How many hipsters does it take to change a light bulb?
I don't know.
It's a really obscure number. You would never have heard of it.
Sarah rolls her eyes. Hardy goes into the store and see that Sarah is pondering something. Exterior, outside store, day. He returns with a popsicle.
Machine is broken. Mrs. said they can't get the parts to fix it. Shame.
He splits the popsicle.
I need a napkin.
She goes in the store and then returns.
You were the one who put every day is Earth Day on the student center.
Oh, mercy, mercy me.
You were always the best singer. I miss the band.
A beat.
Mrs. inside was so friendly. Didn't get that in Alberta.
Her little girl is so cute.
They kiss and then drive away from the store. Interior car, day. Now Hardy is driving on the pretty coastal road.
Oh. Hey, did you put the garbage out this morning?
Oh, whoops.
It'll bring mice around. And the landlord is already bugging me about a bunch of things.
I forgot.
Too busy with the job hunt.
He stops the car, gets out and starts walking. Exterior road, day, montage. A shot or two with him walking in the other direction, perturbed. B, she speeds away. A shot of her driving, sad. He hesitates in the road, looks at his phone, no service. She checks her phone, does a U-turn. Interior car, day. Sarah pulls the car around to him and opens the door for him. They sit silently for a few beats.
Let's get through this week. I've got so much teaching and marking. Mom has that specialist appointment.
Maybe I can work away again. Rotational. You stay here and save enough money for a down payment.
You can get a house for nothing around here.
It really is $1 million view.
You know, I only have a few more years if we are gonna do it.
She drives on. Exterior car, day. Bang! They hit a pothole. Flat tire sounds. They get out of the car and look at the tire.
Oh, do we have a spare?
Yeah, the little one they give you.
He gets the spare out of the trunk and then begins to jack up the car.
It says only used for a short time. Fuck. This is the problem with all this technology. You just use it once and then throw it away.
Just look at that.
Hardy stands up and they look at the majestic iceberg.
It's so
Beautiful.
tragic.
Exterior road night. A gull comes down to eat the apple core along the edge of the ocean road. We see it turn to face an oncoming car.
Two gulls closing out the last two scripts.
But the second one might not make it. I'm not sure how ominous it could be. To the wheel, so we don't have to think about the fate of the gull.
Oh, it died.
Gull fate.
Oh, yeah, no, it's because
They
they
should've-
need to know.
They should have named that one Gone Gull.
Gone gull.
a
Ooh,
cliffhanger.
very good. Very good. But it was a pretty minor part of the script.
Just her kissing up, like, as the gull.
Number 11. This is Michelle Clemens. Happy Wife, Happy Life.
I love the
For this one, we have Alex, played by Dana, Richard, played by Hammond, Drew, played by Veronica, and Jeremy, I will get you to read stage directions.
Interior, ultra-modern kitchen, day. The power couple Alex and Richard stand at a kitchen island sorting high-end food like steak and shrimp. They ooze wealth. They stand close and speak quiet. Richard soothes.
This is too important to give in to one of his moods.
Honey, he's 14. He is all mood. It's his normal.
You know that this is a critical moment in my career.
We have...
sacrificed too much for us to lose this promotion.
I know, but you promised you'd leave him be.
Alex walks away from him and opens the fridge. She fetches wine, inhales in turn.
How he behaves will directly reflect on me, and you know it.
Richard hangs his head, thinking. Alex watches him while she preps a sauce with the wine, her face superior, determined.
Let's go talk with him again. I'll take the lead. We'll agree that he comes out only to eat with them.
He'll hardly eat in front of us. It's his thing. He's not going to agree to that.
Richard goes to his phone and starts to search on it.
I'm talking to you.
He keeps on searching. He snatches his phone, reads, and is disgusted.
You're asking AI what to do next?
She tosses his phone back to him. He looks sheepish.
Yeah, your department at Happy Life probably wrote that answer.
Her face says, duh. She goes back to the prep work. Interior, child's super high-tech room. Day. The teen's room is dark with 2 computer screens as the only light. A mirror ensures Drew can see his own door. Drew watches and listens to his parents via a security camera that turns on to focus inside. The sound is muffled, but Drew works to clean up the distortion. It clears. His parents' voices are clear and audible.
If you don't want to do what I recommend, then you had best come up with an answer.
Richard walks to Alex and tries warmth on her.
We knew these years would be tougher, but we agreed we should let him figure it out.
The sound drops off as Richard nuzzles into Alex.
Shit, Dad, speak up.
Drew plays with the levels but can't hear it. Richard pulls away from Alex and they walk off. Drew scrambles to switch screens to a game in order to hide his beeping. Interior, child's super high-tech room. Day. Parents come to the room. Richard is all warm and Alex is trying to keep neutral, but her frustration is leaking. Drew has his headphones on and is playing a game on one screen. A second screen is a calming scene of water with flutes playing softly in the background.
Hey, Drew, got a minute for your folks here, buddy?
Drew glances at the mirror. The reflection of the 3 make a picture of a fractured family. Drew's eyes shift back to his game. Richard leans forward to tap his shoulder.
Hey, look, I know you don't want to revisit this, but
Then don't.
He speaks.
this get-together today is important to all of us.
All of us.
Alex's face Alex's face is flat, but her eyes burn and she looks away. Richard puts a cajoling voice. He points to Drew's soothing sound screen, which now shows an advert from Happy Life. It is a family with a backyard party in full swing. All smiles.
Well, Happy Life has given us all this.
Richard gestures to Drew's gear. Alex sits to face him.
You are smart.
Drew raises a brow.
There are 2 ways to move, forward or backward.
Things can stay the same.
We like to think that staying the same is a possibility, but really, it's like saying maybe. And what do I say about maybe?
Richard and Drew say the next like robots.
Saying maybe is really saying no.
So move forward. I want you to come out and greet my boss and his family, to interact with them for 20 minutes before you excuse yourself and go back to here.
She stands and moves to the door. Richard joins her and Drew slumps. They open the door, waiting. Drew's face hardens.
Maybe.
Richard sighs. Alex stiffens her spine and walks away. Richard follows her. Drew looks uncertain when they are gone, and he reaches behind his neck and rubs it hard. Interior, ultra-modern kitchen day. They are back at the island, and Alex is also pressed angry.
They'll understand. They have kids too.
Their kids are always happy.
She walks away, and Richard is perplexed. Interior, bedroom day. Alex cuts across the room and goes straight to her locked cupboard. She opens it with a handprint. It reveals a tablet screen, and it scans Alex's retina. It comes to life. She types in the name Drew, and it changes to a view of a human body with the lymphatic system in color. Under the image is a set of sliding scales: endorphins, dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin. Alex slides the oxytocin higher. Drew in his room grabs his neck, colors pulse under his skin. He is surprised. Alex slides dopamine up. Drew's eyes start to close as his mouth smiles. Alex slides up the endorphins up to half. Drew amps up. Cut to. Interior, ultra-modern kitchen day. Richard is putting bloody raw steaks on a plate. His head rises when he hears Drew call out, bright and cheerful.
Do you think they'll want to play soccer before we barbecue?
Richard gets angry, looks up at the ceiling. He raises his voice.
Alex! We said never again! Alex!
We both agreed to leave him clean!
Cut 2. Alex doesn't change any of the levels but starts to close down the screen. She hesitates. She types Richard. She punches up his oxytocin, dopamine, and serotonin. Whoosh! Cut 2.
Alex, what have you done? Honey, are you gonna join us in the game?
Cut 2. Alex shuts down the screen, closes the cupboards, and seals it with her handprint. She turns to cross her bedroom. A smile grows on her face, now confident.
Happy wife, happy life. And then a gull.
The gull comes down. The gull looks calm. The gull's doing well. I'll take one of those.
Gull
I don't
is
mind.
Fucked on dopamine.
Aren't we all? Number 2! Oh, no, that one's done. So, number 1.
Number 1.
This one is Anastasia Hopkins, The Muse. Let me get that open, but that one, Jamie will be played by Jeremy. Ethan will be played by Hammond. Sheila will be played by Dana. And the woman will be played by Veronica. The Muse. Interior, dance club night. Semi-darkness is broken by slices of rotating colored lights. Techno music blares, and the bass thumps so hard you can feel it. A group of young men move through the swaying crowd and head to the bar. Ethan, 20, unlike his friends, seems reluctant to be there. He grabs his beer and takes a long pull and almost spits it out as he's grabbed hard by the shoulder.
I told you this would be great. Look at all these snacks.
A beautiful young woman walks past them and gives Jamie a knowing smile. Both men catch her disappear into the crowd.
You can't tell me you ain't hungry for some of that.
When Ethan doesn't respond, Jamie shakes his head in annoyance.
Come on, man. You need to get over Sheila already. Time to start living.
Sheila and I were meant.
And she left you, bruh. You're an artist. You need a new muse.
Jamie continues to talk to Devin, but Devin isn't paying attention to him. He spotted a woman standing in one of the shadowy spots by the dance floor. She's physically stunning. Her dress is tight and red. Her eyes have an animalistic glow as her lips painted the same red as her dress curve into a smile. Trance-like, Ethan walks over to her. Her smile broadens and she takes him by the hand and leads him out onto the dance floor. Interior, Devin's studio apartment day. Hundreds of paintings of the woman in various sizes are everywhere, on the walls, leaning against them, piled on surfaces. The tiny couch and the bed are shoved into a corner. An easel stands in a pool of sunlight. A workbench covered in art supplies beside it. Standing in front of the canvas, furiously painting away, is Ethan. He looks emaciated, dark circles under his eyes and his mouth drawn into a tight line as he concentrates on his work. There is the sound of someone pounding on his door.
Ethan! Come on, bruh! Open the damn door!
Ethan ignores it and his friend as he continues his frenzied painting. A moment later, there's a sound at the door unlocking, and Jamie bursts into the room, followed by a pretty blonde woman, Sheila. Both look around in shock. Sheila approaches Ethan and tries to get his attention.
Ethan? Ethan, you need to stop and take a break. Ethan, look at me.
She reaches out and lays her hand over his. His hand stills a moment before shaking her off. Defeated, Sheila returns to stand next to Jamie, who is looking at a handful of sketches.
What's wrong with him?
I don't know. It's like he's in a trance or something. How long has he been like this?
No idea. He left the club with that woman I told you about, and I haven't seen him since.
How long ago was that?
Jamie stares down at the sketches. The woman from the club is laying in bed, nude. In some, she's demure, partially covered in the sheet, and looking up at the viewer through thick lashes. Is there more? There is. In others, she's completely uncovered, head back as if crying out in pleasure, while in another, she's giving the smug smile of a woman well satisfied.
Okay.
It's like she's staring into his soul. Unnerved, Jamie sets them back down.
About a week ago.
A week? He made all of these in a week?
I guess. I don't think you knew her before that night at the club.
What was he doing there anyway? Ethan hates going to clubs.
I was trying to get him over your breakup.
Sheila looks away in guilt.
We broke up nearly 3 months
Yeah,
ago.
well, it feels like yesterday to him.
Sheila picks up the sketches and frowns.
Clearly he's gotten over it now. I don't even know why I agreed to come here.
Jamie takes the sketches from her, places them back down.
You're here because you still care about him.
I think we should call someone. He needs more help than we can give him.
They turn and both yelp in surprise. Ethan is standing right behind them.
Ethan, you okay, bro?
Ouch.
Ethan,
I want you to leave now.
Jamie and Sheila exchange worried looks.
Ethan, we're not going anywhere until you...
Out! Get out!
You heard the man. You best believe it.
We got our accent. Sheila and Jamie whirl around to see the woman from the club standing with her arms crossed by the open door.
and who the hell are you?
I'm the one welcome here, while you two are not. Now do as the man says.
Ethan?
Ethan has returned to his painting and does not look up. Jamie shakes his head in disgust.
Come on, Sheila, we'll come back later.
But he's...
Later.
Sheila gives Ethan one last look before exiting. Jamie and the woman glare at one another before Jamie follows Sheila out. The woman closes the door with a snap and joins Ethan at the canvas.
Anna Lane, my love. This will be the one that people will think of when they say your name. Your masterpiece.
She kisses him on the cheek and Ethan sighs happily. Interior, Devon's art studio night. Ethan finishes the painting with trembling hands. The woman guides him from the easel towards the bed. Laying him down gently, she kisses him deeply. There is a ripple of light exchanged between them, both shudder in ecstasy. Then Ethan lays very still, eyes unseeing. The woman glows, then the light ebbs away. City Street night. The woman walks down the street merrily. She pays no heed to the ambulance as it races past her towards Ethan's apartment building. Suddenly, she doubles over in pain.
Already? But I just ate.
She stumbles into a coffee shop, eyes scanning, then zeroing in on a young man writing in a notebook in the corner. There is a ripple of gold around her. As if knowing she was being watched, the young man looks up. They lock eyes. Trance-like, the young man walks over to the woman. She in turn smiles and takes him by the hand.
Come with me, my love. You will write poetry so profound that your name will be listed among the greats.
He smiles and nods at her, and they exit the shop. The end.
I got my accent.
You did.
The rivalry, the sexual tension.
I didn't even warn you there was an accent.
No.
You nailed that. Yeah, and she was... There's a Lucky Charms joke to be made there. But I won't make it.
You're above it.
Suggested it.
You're above it.
In your head.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, just like Lucky Charms.
Yes.
Okay, how are we doing? Okay, it's
I've had
8:59.
baby.
This is... So I think, why not? We'll do this last one. Yeah, Sheridan will then chase us out with brooms.
He left. No, he's still there.
The last one,
Got the pitchfork.
number 5.
He's fine.
Number 5, Ellen Reed, Room for One More.
Ah, appropriately named.
The wheel knows better than I do. Miss Chair will be played by Dana. Miss Steak will be played by Veronica. I will play Billy. Courtney will be played by Hammond. And Molly will be played by Jeremy. Okay, down here again. Getting close to all my friends. Room for One More. Setting, bare stage with a standard classroom desk at center stage. 2 standard issue grown-up chairs on one side of the desk and a single typical teacher chair behind the desk. Miss Chair sits at the desk going over admission documents for Oopsie, I Did It Again daycare. Mrs. Steak enters with Billy. Mrs. Steak is a typical Real Housewives type. Billy reminds one of Prince William or some other typical perfect little boy of about 4 years of age.
Oh, hello. You must be Mrs. Steak.
Oh yes, pleased to meet you. I heard so much of this fine school and your excellent staff. This is my boy, Billy. Say hello, Billy.
Hello, Billy.
Oh.
I'm so glad we are finally having this interview. It's so hard to find a childcare space in this city.
Yes, being a working woman is very difficult without childcare.
I don't work. My husband is in sales.
Oh, well, we have many families here who work in the retail industry.
My husband's family owns the Sails Away Company. We manufacture sails for luxury yachts. Isn't owning your own yacht the most divine?
Well, I really wouldn't know of that kind of pleasure.
Anyway, we are more concerned with Billy attending your fine school and learning to socialize, sharing and all silly early childhood hooey.
Yes, well, why don't we have our staff bring Billy into the playroom and we have a little chat and fill out the entrance and admission forms.
Marvelous.
Courtney and Molly enter the room. They are generic, shiny-faced young teachers.
Okay, Billy, this is Courtney and Molly. Would you like to go and play in the classroom for a little while your mommy and I talk?
Yum. Yours smells sweet. You smell spicy.
Oh, Billy. He is such a shy and sensitive and engaging little boy.
Billy exits with Molly and Courtney.
Let's see here. Okay, so I have a few standard questions.
Oh, yes, of course,
Yes. So does Billy have any special needs that you'd like to share with us? Is he gifted in any way?
No. He's a perfectly normal little 4-year-old boy.
Hey, where'd you go? Courtney, where did Billy go? Wait, how did he get on the ceiling? Oh, and how did he make his head turn around like that?
So is Billy potty trained?
Oh my, yes. He has been potty trained since he was 18 months old. He practically trained himself.
Ah! Oh my gracious, where did that puddle come from?
My shoes! I have number 2 all over my shoes! I need wipes! Wipes!
Does Billy have any special dietary needs, any allergies or food preferences?
Oh my, no. He is not a picky eater in the slightest. He eats just about everything.
Ah!
Ow, that hurts! Did you see that? He just bit me!
Oh no, he's a biter! That's never fun to try and correct. No, Billy, we mustn't bite our teachers. We need to use our words.
My, you're tasty.
We can't yell at him. He's only a child. This will negatively affect his emotional growth. Now, Billy, our teachers are friends, not food. No, Billy. No, Billy. Ah! I think I should bring you back to your mummy.
Courtney and Billy re-enter. Billy is covered in blood. Courtney is disheveled and also covered in blood.
Oh my, Billy, you're all messy. Come here and Mummy will clean up her brushes, baby.
Billy is licking his fingers. Mrs. Steak pulls a package of wipes from her oversized purse and starts to clean up Billy.
And how did our visit go, Courtney?
Billy is a very adventurous boy with a very good appetite.
Isn't he, though? When can my sweet baby begin?
How does tomorrow sound?
Fantastic.
Miss Chair, tomorrow isn't going to work.
Oh?
Yeah, we are suddenly very short-staffed.
Oh?
Yes.
I see. Yes, well, yes, Mrs. Steak unfortunately won't be able to take Billy right away. We're suddenly short-staffed. We're going to have to find a new qualified staff.
What?
Yes, I'm sorry.
What about the government? What about the national child care strategy? What about $10 a day daycare? What about my rights as a citizen?
Yes, I'm sorry, but without qualified staff, we are unable to provide such a service.
Preposterous. Unacceptable! Come now, Billy, we are leaving. Good day!
Mrs. Stake storms off, pulling Billy behind her. Billy waves and smiles as he and his mother exit.
Oh, well, that was unfortunate.
Yes, well, I'm gonna go clean up. It's a bit of a mess in the playroom.
Scene ends as Courtney leaves. Miss Chair rifles through papers as stage goes black. So with that, we hit the witching hour, 9 o'clock. 1 hour past my bedtime. Thank you everybody for coming. Thank you very much to our readers. Thank you for participating in the challenge. If you are somehow within earshot of me and thinking about doing a challenge in the future, do it. We in fact have another one coming up in March 9th.
March something.
March something. It'll be around, but it's an animation challenge. 2 weeks to create your own short animation. Do it. It'll be a great time. And with that, thank you very much for coming out. Thank you again to our readers. We'll see you next time.